Now, let's talk about how to put travel time in a simple note when traveling to meet multiple clients. If you haven't already watched the previous video on how to put travel time in when meeting with just one client, you should watch that first. Now, as you can see, I'm still traveling 15 minutes to have an hour meeting with a test client, Diego. But this time, I'll then travel 15 minutes to see another client, River Test. From there, I'll travel 30 minutes back to the office. So all in total, I'm traveling for 1 hour. But which note should I put this 15 minutes in that it took me to travel between clients? The important thing to remember here is that when you fill out travel minutes for 2 clients' notes, the travel time should add up to your total travel time, which in this case, as we said, was an hour. So when traveling in between clients, it doesn't really matter which client gets the in-between time, as long as you don't give both clients the in-between time. So let's say that we gave Diego the 15 minutes of travel it took to get to him, as well as the 15 minutes of travel it took to get away from him. And then we gave River the 15 minutes of travel it took to get to him, as well as the 30 minutes of travel it took to get home. This is what that would look like. And as you can see, if you add these up, the total is an hour of 15 minutes, which is actually not correct. So instead, let's just give Diego the 15 minutes it took to get to him, and then we'll give River the 15 minutes it took to get to him, as well as the 30 minutes it took to get back to the office, for a total of 45 minutes. So I'm going to change Diego's service so that instead of having 30 minutes of travel time, we just have 15. And now I'm going to refresh the report that shows us the travel time. And now you can see that the travel minutes for Diego is just 15, but if you add up these travel minutes, you'll have a total of 60, which is the correct time. So once again, it doesn't really matter how you allocate your time, as long as the travel times add up to the time that you traveled, and the client services are only as long as the time you spent with the client. In general, if you're meeting with a bunch of clients, you might want to give the client all the time it took to get to the client, and then add the time it took to get home or to the office to the last client that you saw, along, of course, with the time it took to get to that client. If you always do it that way, it'll be consistent and it will be correct. Please let me know if you have any questions, and thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video.